for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Board Clerk Maggie Smith, would you please call the roll?
Bridget Todd Robbins.
Here.
Barb Wench.
Excused.
Kevin Zilke.
Here.
Jennifer Deek.
Here.
Khadijah Islam.
Here.
Chris Lau.
Here.
Lindsay Need.
Here.
And Maggie Smith here.
All right, with 6 of the 7 board members present, I declare a quorum. I note that the agenda has been posted, distributed, and sent to the local media. With this in mind, are there any changes to this agenda? I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as published.
So moved.
Chris has moved.
Second.
Khadijah has second to approve the agenda as published. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve the agenda as published, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The motion to approve the published agenda has passed. And no one has registered as a public participant this evening. So moving on to recognition and thank yous. Item 7.1, Executive Director of Finance and Operations, Julie Holmen, will present tonight's recognition and thank you.
Thank you. So tonight we'd like to congratulate School District of Holmen Director of Nutrition Services, Mike Gasper, who's here with us this evening, who received the Dr. Katie Wilson Lifetime Achievement Award from the School Nutrition Association of Wisconsin. This award was established in 2020 to recognize SNA Wisconsin members who have outstanding contributions to both SNA Wisconsin and school nutrition across the state during their nutrition career. Mike is nationally recognized nutrition services leader and tireless advocate for school nutrition on the state and national level. He has served twice in the presidency for the SNA Wisconsin and is currently serving on the board of directors for SNA National. In the School District of Holmen, he oversees nutrition and award-winning meals served to Holmen students and programs such as Farm to School, Winter Chicken Dinner, annual school picnics, and many others. You hear a lot about school nutrition in the School District of Holmen, and we are super proud of Mike, and we congratulate him this evening. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. All right, that's awesome. Congratulations. All right, moving on to reports and discussion. Item 8.1, Director of Nutrition Services, Mike Gasper, will present the 2024-25 school meal prices for approval on the July 22nd consent agenda.
I kind of feel like it's the Mike Gasper show tonight, so thank you all for coming. I appreciate that. Before I start this, I want to say that the results of what I'm going to tell you, and honestly, the results of that award really come from the great staff that I've had here and currently have. We've got the best staff around. They go above and beyond each and every day, and just so proud of what they do. So that award really is for them. So let's talk about school meal prices. Every year we get together and we establish the meal prices. We last raised the prices in 2022-23 school year. And for this school year, we're recommending we continue to fund the reduced meal category, which means if you qualify for reduced meals, in essence, you're going to get free meals. We are going to pay out of our fund balance the 30 cents for breakfast and the 40 cents for lunch. We've done that. I believe this will be the third year in a row, so we're pretty proud of being able to do that. Our inflation's been 3 to 5% over the last couple of years. This year, labor went up 4%. Our intention is to keep meals at a great value for our students and parents. I will tell you that last year we set non-COVID records for participation, both at breakfast and lunch. Our lunch participation was just a tick short of 97%. Most schools average about 60. So it kind of gives you an idea of how much different we truly are here. The positive news from that incredible participation is we have a fund balance, and we've added to that fund balance again. And so what we're going to propose is that there'll be zero change to both breakfast and lunch, both for students and adults. We will stay at $2 for breakfast for students, $2.50 for adults. Lunch will be $3 for K-5, and 6 to 12 will be 3 1/4, and adults will be 4 1/4. That is, of course, if you approve. Any questions?
Any questions?
Nobody wants to complain?
I just wanted to say
No questions.
my son was not happy about starting summer school today until I read him the breakfast menu. And then he was
We do that one on
very
purpose. the
excited.
first-
My daughter never eats breakfast at school, and she had it today because it was free. So, awesome.
My kids were also excited about the mini donuts, so. School breakfast at summer school was a win today, I think.
Any other
All right,
questions?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 8.2. Director of Safety and Student Services, Jennifer Gimmer, will present the report of academic and career planning and education for employment. This item will appear on the July 22nd consent agenda.
Hi everyone, Jennifer Gimmer, Director of Safety and Student Services. So I'm here just to present our E for E plan, which is our education for employment, as well as our ACP plan. That is our academic career plan. So every year we bring it to the board for an update. There hasn't been much change for E for E plan. I think that is a huge testament to the work that this team has done. So I just want to take a moment to thank our ACP, our career readiness team. They put a lot of work in. Specifically, we went to CISA 4 recently for a training to see what more can we do to make our students college and career ready. Like, we feel that we're doing great, but what else can we do? And CISA 4 actually gave us a recognition saying Holmen is a district in the area that they use us as an exemplar for other school districts, and that we are ahead of the curve when it comes to preparing our students for their future. So I think that is a huge testament to everybody. The one change that was on the plan is we have moved down from, instead of it used to be 8 through 12 was a huge area that we focused on. You'll see throughout the plan it represents now including 6th and 7th grade. The middle school has really expanded the work that we have done at the high school level all the way down to 6th grade. While we look at 6th and 7th grade skills, those are soft skills, so relationship building, communication, negotiation, collaboration, preparing them for high school in the future. So that is the one big change. I normally take time during this for E4E and ACP to update on our post-grad outcomes. The system has been down that we use to report on graduation outcomes. So at this time, I won't be able to share any graduation outcomes, but as soon as that system and platform is back up and running, I will be back and sharing our post-grad outcomes.
Okay,
Any questions?
Any questions? No questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to items 8.3 through 8.5. Executive of Director, Instructional Services, Kim Edwards, will present the Field Experience Contract, the Dual Academic Program Contract, and the Transcripted Credit Educational Service Contract. Each of these contracts will appear on the July 22nd consent agenda.
Good evening. I get the trifecta of the university and college MOUs and contracts tonight. So we're going to cover the span. So the first one we have up is for Luther College. This would be a continuation of our field experience contract with them, allowing them to place clinical students and student teachers with us. This would extend the current contract through July 1st of 2027. Other than that, it's the same that we have always had. Any questions, comments about that one?
No questions.
Okay. The next one is our dual credit program. This is our MOU with the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. So this is dual credit, meaning that our instructors who have the right qualifications, who have gone through a process of mapping our courses and using a common course with the University of Oshkosh, that we are able to offer those classes at a greatly reduced cost per credit for our students. So this contract would offer those at a cost of $110 per credit for those UW Oshkosh approved courses. This would be in effect for just the 24-25 school year. These get reviewed every year. Questions, comments about that one?
What are the classes that we go up with the University of Wisconsin?
Oshkosh has, let me think, I believe this one has a couple with our PE department, maybe adventure. Each of the universities has a different group. So River Falls has some, La Crosse has our dual credits with world language. I believe this one is our PE.
Okay.
And those
They're-
are transferable within the UW system, right? For the most part?
Yes, yeah, for the most part. Each one has a slightly different review process, but once in the UW system, it's pretty transferable. Which brings us to our last one, which is our Western transcripted program. So these are the Western credits where, and I should back up. So Lindsay Sipe, our ACP coordinator, and I will be here in the fall with a much more expansive review of all of our dual credit and transcripted classes. So you can see in full what we offer between all the universities, how many credits are obtained and all that good stuff. But this is a program that's free of charge for our students. We pay for the instructors. And then these classes are a seamless transition with transfer options between between our campus and Western. And so this is interesting because it's really a contract like in review. So this goes over the 23-24 school year in terms of what we have access through Western. So this year there were 1,379 transcripted enrollments for our Holmen students, which would save our families and students $488,329.15 worth of tuition and fees. And those are also transferable as well. So like I said, Lindsay and I will be coming in, I believe it's late September, early October with not only a look back, but also what we're projecting for this year with that. Questions, comments about that one? Great programs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. For the consent agenda, the board has been furnished with background materials on each item or has discussed it at a previous meeting. These will be acted upon with one vote without discussion. Would any board member like to pull an item out of the consent agenda to be discussed and or voted on separately? I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as provided.
So moved.
Motion by Maggie,
I'll second.
second by Chris. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay, and with that, I would like to congratulate Brady Turner, who is sitting here with us today as our new associate principal at Holmen Middle School. And so we welcome Brady, and we wish you the best in your new role. So,
Thank you.
congrats. All right, moving on to the board debrief. I will call upon board members and ask you to present any comments or committee reports you have. So tonight, we start with Bridget.
Yeah, just extra kudos to Mike. I mean, you just so represent our school district so well, and such a well-deserving award. And yeah, just congratulations to Mr. Turner as well.
Okay, and Kevin.
Congratulations, Mr. Turner. I know I've had you for a couple of classes. And then also for students, our updated classes are on Infinite Campus in case students want to go look at their schedules for next year.
Okay, thank you. And Khadijah.
Yeah, just echoing welcome to your new position, and way to go, Mike. And that's all I got tonight.
Okay, Chris.
So yeah, I've been going to the state school board convention for 3 years now, and anytime that someone finds out that I'm in Holmen and we're talking to them about food services, Mike and our food service program is always like top notch. They rave about you. Some of them are vendors that are trying to sell their services, and they're like, we can't touch what Holmen provides, so thanks for stopping by. But it's, yeah, just a real highlight of our district, what you bring, Mike. So congratulations, well deserved. And then welcome, Mr. Turner.
All right, Lindsay.
I echo everything that's been said. I agree that you just are phenomenal, and we're so lucky to have you serving in our district. And those numbers, that was so helpful to hear the percentages and just how much that shows, 60s to 90s for our district. So that really shows. And welcome. Look forward to seeing you in all these meetings now.
Okay, Maggie.
I also want to say congratulations to Mr. Turner. Excited about that. And also for Mike back there. I was doing a little mental math as I sat here and realized I think I've known Mike for about 15 years and worked closely with him for several of those. And while we all know what he does for the School District of Holmen, I just want to take a minute to recognize that he does a lot more for school nutrition in general, mentors other people in the field, advocates for school nutrition at the state and national level, supports his team, builds partnerships. He's always the first person people want to call when they're exploring local foods or farm to school initiatives, and has just been a stellar a stellar person to work with on anything related to school nutrition. So I was not surprised at all to hear that you received this award, and just want to say congratulations and thanks for all that you do for our students and for school nutrition in general.
Thanks, Maggie. Yep, and I'm echoing the same thing. I talked to Mike and to Brady already, but so congratulations to both of you. All right, moving on to item 10.3. The board has been provided with 3 policies for consideration, so please take a look at those. And our upcoming board meeting schedule our next meeting is on July 22nd at 7 p.m. Then on August 12th, we will have a board workshop at 5 p.m., followed by a board meeting at 7 p.m. The back-to-school kickoff will occur on August 19th in the high school gym. And then the second board meeting of August will take place on August 26th at 7 p.m. So tonight, we have a closed session. So I am now going to ask Board Clerk Maggie Smith to read the motion to move to closed session.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby moves to adjourn into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.851C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. In this case, consideration of an employee's contract and compensation.
Okay, Maggie has moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Chris has seconded to move to closed session. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I ask Maggie Smith to take a roll call vote.
Bridget Todd Robbins.
Yes.
Barb Wench. Oh, absent, sorry. Jennifer Deek.
Yes.
Khadijah Islam.
Yes.
Chris Lau.
Yes.
Lindsay Need.
Yes.
And Maggie Smith, yes.